I'm Molly, the Happiness Personal Trainer. Thank you so much for joining me today. The plan is to take you through a nice cool-down stretch that you can use anytime you've exercised. If you wanted to use it to relax, I just recommend warming up a bit, so maybe you're walking 10 minutes home from the tube station, or you take a quick trip around the block so your body's warm, because we're going to be holding these stretches for 10 to 15 seconds each. It's also important to keep hydrated after a workout, so feel free to sip water as we stretch. Let's get going. Our first stretch is just going to be with our legs together. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, we're just going to reach down to the ground. And if you can't reach the ground, that's okay. Make sure you keep your hands on your legs to support your lower back. Slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, and then we're going to repeat, crossing one leg over the other, and I'll just show you from the side. Again, rolling down really slow, vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping the hands on the legs for extra support. Coming up then, we're going to switch legs. So other leg in front, and again, slowly roll down. Holding for 10 to 15 seconds. Coming up again, we're going to go into a lunge. So nice wide stance, lean to one direction. You can either keep the other foot parallel, facing forward, or I prefer to turn my knee and lift my toes. Holding this stretch for 10 to 15 seconds. And then we're going to shift over the other way. Coming up to the center, we're going to roll down again and try to touch the ground. And coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Next, we're going to stretch out the quads. You might need to hold on to something for support. Grab your ankle, your pant leg, or your sock, whatever you can based on your mobility. Pull that heel into the bum. Keep the knees together as best you can. Push the hip forward, and you should feel a nice stretch in your quad. Now, if you tend to bubble a bit, I always found putting my finger on my nose helps, or put your finger in your belly button. Alternatively, you can just try to look at a solid spot on the ground. Before we switch to the other leg, take the ankle in your hand and place it on the opposite thigh for a figure 4 stretch. Think about sinking down rather than collapsing forward, and you're going to get a nice stretch in the outside of your head. And if you're good at balancing in yoga, you can try to stand on the one leg. All right, after those 10 to 15 seconds, let's switch to the other leg. Grabbing that ankle, pant leg, or sock, whatever's comfortable for you. Keeping the knees together, pushing the hips forward, getting a nice stretch in the quad. Then we're going to take that same ankle, place it on the opposite knee, sit down into that figure 4 stretch. While we're standing, let's do 10 shoulder rolls back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can guess we're going to do 10 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reach up to the ceiling and lean to the left. And switch over to the right. I'm going to turn around just to demonstrate, you don't have to. Clasp your hands behind your back, lift up, bring your chin to your chest. And this is a really nice chest opener if you sit at a desk all day. This is going to feel amazing. Take the left arm up above the head, drop the hand behind, and grab that elbow for a tricep stretch. Remember, we're holding all of these for 10-15 seconds, but if you want to stay in a position longer, that's perfectly up to you. Next, we're going to take that left arm across the front and look over the left shoulder. To the other side, right arm up, drop the hand behind the head and grab that elbow. Then bring that right arm across the front and look over the shoulder. In this position, try not to push on the elbow joint. Instead, grab the wrist or use the bicep. You want to avoid pushing the elbow the wrong direction. Great. Now ready to come down to the ground. Starting off, let's get those feet, soles of the feet together. Hold on to the ankles and just let the knees drop wide for a nice butterfly stretch. If you want something a little bit deeper, pivot forward on your hips rather than scrunching the shoulders, and gently press down with the elbows. Extend one leg out and reach for those toes. Try to keep the leg on the ground rather than curling the knee up. And switch sides. It's okay if you can't touch your toes. The more you stretch, the more flexible you'll get, and it will come with time. Great. We're just going to do a few cat and cows. So you've got your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and you're going to arch your back up as far as you can, and slowly drop the belly down while looking up. And repeat again. Push the back up to the ceiling, and drop the belly to the ground. From here, we're going to go into a downward dog. So you want your feet about hip width apart. Push back into the heels and get your elbows between, or your ears between your elbows, and pedal through to warm up the back of the legs to get them used to this position. And when you're ready, you can let those heels sink down. And we'll end with a child's pose. You're gonna have your toes together in the back, knees a little bit wide, and come down, drop your forehead to the ground. I'm PT Mollie, the Happiness Personal Trainer. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me to stretch out and relax. I hope you enjoyed our workout, and I hope to see you again soon.